What's up, everybody? Give me a second while I'm getting organized here. So I wasn't going to do a live stream today. It's my girlfriend and I, our anniversary. So I'm gonna be gone for the rest of the day. I have about a little under an hour here. So I'll do a quick little one for you guys. You guys have been messaging me in the Discord. I've been getting text messages, Instagram messages, and I guess my plans really don't start for a few hours. But I'm gonna be gone the rest of the day today and all day tomorrow. So I will have my phone on me, but I won't be going live tomorrow. It's our 8-year anniversary. The love of my life, Christina. So yeah. But first things first, if you haven't already subscribed, could you do that for me? Like this video. Pinned in the comment section right here on the screen is the link to join our Discord. Our Discord is popping. I want to start there. Guys, to learn more about the Discord, click the link. It's a couple bucks a month. Join our community, and I'll show you guys it real quick. We just added another new feature, and my moderator, Gil, wanted me to shout this out, okay? So if you're already in the Discord, guys, be sure to check out the new feature. It's a parlay poll. Now, I know PJ was in there talking about it a couple months ago. I know that, Gil's the moderator, but Gil told me that, who else did he say? Let's see here. Give a shout out, Johnny, if you didn't see it already, JP. So shout out to JP as well. And Gil set everything up. JP, PJ, the boys have rallied in the Discord to start. I mean, as you can see, the whole Discord's evolving from what it was even 4 weeks ago. We're at about 270 in the Discord at the moment, and it's a growing community. It's a healthy community. It's not just boxing. These are my picks. So I post my picks. We have community picks. See, I didn't even know this. I'm learning. This is freaking cool, in my opinion. We have Gil. If you're watching this, bro, shout out to you, mate. So community picks is a great section. So now you not only have, you got my picks, but obviously coming soon, you're gonna have community picks, bet slips. But guys, go in there and vote on. There's MMA, NBA, American football, NHL, soccer. Shout out to KDR. KDR, man, clean up. We need to get KDR's picks for the soccer, for the football. Okay, here we go. Community poll. So check this out. Now this is kind of brought to life. This was brought to life because some of the boys, the best thing about the channel here, guys, I always talk about is that we're going to disagree a lot, but everybody keeps it copacetic. Nobody does it childishly. Nobody throws slurs. For the most part, it's 99% clean in there. Now, through frustration a couple weeks ago, some of the boys were like, dude, how come only a certain number of us are winning? Everyone else is losing, which really isn't the case. It's just that, to be truthful, people only show their wins. So the people you only see when people aren't going to post their losses unless they're me, because it's my Discord. You see all of my picks. So through this banter, the boys came up with this. So this is a poll. I want you to go in there and vote if you're in there. And so 3-leg parlay, you must choose 3. I don't know how Gil did this. If it's simple, I mean, this stuff is like Latin to me. I'm the least tech-friendly guy you're ever going to meet. And it sounds pretty crazy considering I do live streams every day, but I'm learning all of this on the go. I look at this. This looks like Latin to me. So I have no idea how he did this. And so I've already voted, so I'm not going to vote again. So the idea here, the boys are building a parlay based off of statistics. This is the best bit. So based off the statistics of the group, and that's, Rockpo, Welch, Davis, Gilly, Azim. These were so I picked, this was my 3. I picked Azim, Delgado, and Espinosa. And then there's another parlay. You must pick 3. I picked Catterall, Delgado. Did I only pick 2? Oh yeah, and I picked Rafa. But there's that. And let me just get caught up on the boxing chat real quick. Where's that long parlay at? Bro, PJ in the house. I already posted it. It's right. So PJ, do you know how to use if you have questions about how to navigate, just go here, go to my picks here. Unless that's an old message. Here's a long boy. But guys, we got up. Our 2-leg DGen Canadian parlay got up. That's what I'm talking about. So we're already still good. We're on a heater, boys. I don't want to jinx anything because you know damn well all it takes is one loss and all of the victories doesn't even feel like we've done anything. That's how I take it. Like if I lose one fight tomorrow, I'm gonna be all the wins up until this moment. None of them happened, right? So this was our 2-leg. Just like always, you're gonna be sweating it out. There's all Stephen Butler. We knew what we were going into. I didn't go too heavy. And then shout out to I think TC in the Discord. He asked me. This was a live parlay I did. So he was like on the spot. He was like, "Hey Johnny, you got any touchdown scores?" So I wasn't even going to take action. This was Thursday night football. And shout out to Tenny. He asked me, and then I gave him. So this one hit. So we're eating. This one was I think 7-1. So Travion to score, Stephon, and this is how I generally go and operate with American football. Is I'll do props. I think it's a loser's game to try to pick winners these days in any pro sport. At least for me, I think there's a lot of season NBA. Maybe some of you guys, I don't gamble too much on the NBA, but if I do, it's going to be prop bets similar to this. And this is kind of my going style. If I do bet on American football, something like this, a touchdown score and some props. But that was yesterday as well. So we're doing good. And we want to roll this momentum into tomorrow. And so tomorrow we got yeah, that's gonna be hard to see. I'll just go over the long. I'll pull out my betting app. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, the first 6 came through. That was Canada, and then all these other picks you guys would have known. We've been doing this long parlay together all week. And if you're new to the channel, or maybe you tune in every day and you don't know what we're actually doing, but when we start doing our live streams on Monday, so as soon as the weekend ends and the new week begins, we're building our long parlay from that very first live stream. I feel at this stage of the game, I don't have to spoon feed everybody and say, make sure you take this fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is why we do the live streams, guys. If you're unaware, every single day you're going to see my live streams and we're building our parlays. And we're not always going to agree, but I know some of the boys in the Discord were like, what are your picks? I'm like, bro, we've been doing the picks all week. Like I should start doing quizzes and giving away like free signed copies of my book, my latest book, and be like, whoever answers the most right gets a free signed copy. But it's like you should know by this state, by this time, by every week on Saturday, my Saturday, your Friday, you should probably know who I'm taking. I appreciate everybody tapping in. Kyle, Hayden, Adu. We're gonna do. I think Adu's kind of trolling PJ here. Give us a safe money leg 3-legger for tomorrow, PJ. PJ, where's that 3-leg at, big dog? I am Sentinels. I'm putting four. Oh shit, let's go. I like it, bro. I like it, dude. But you make me stress, dude. You're putting 4,500. Hopefully, I assume you got that bankroll. As long as you got that bankroll, still good. The only GK in the house. 3-man parlay, Catterall, Delgado. Let's go. That's it. That's the one. Pin it, pick it, prop it, put the money down. 3-man parlay. The only GK dropping beats every day. He likes Catterall, Jack, Delgado, Lindolfo, and Rafa Espinoza. Money line. Luis Martinez. We're all speaking boxing here. This is what we do. Henry Williams, how's it going? What up, Johnny? Do you like Islam or the Aussie JDM? Let me show you who I got. I put together a little bit of a. I haven't shared this yet, so dun, 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 dun. You guys won't agree with this. I don't assume everybody to agree with this, but I'll show you my UFC parlay because we haven't talked about the UFC yet. So I'm going to be real brief with this UFC parlay so I can give Henry Williams his his due diligence for asking the question. But we'll go right back to the UFC here. So I don't have my, as you guys are always know, I don't stay logged in on the screen just for the sake of people trying, screen grabbing. But I'm gonna pull up my bets and then I'll put them in from my phone. Okay, so UFC guys, I have, yeah, it's a bit of a DGen. I have a DGen 5-legger, and I'll show you what it is. It's paying 36 to 1. So here we go. So this is my UFC 5-legger, paying 36 to 1. $100 gets you that paper. The first fight, I got to stick, I'm going to go with the American wrestler. I like Sabatini here. I'm going to take his pace, his output. I mean, Shepe Mariscal is legit, though. That's a real fight. Kyle Dawkins, these are all money line against, I think GM3 is like 92 years old. We know what's going to happen. They're going to stand up. GM3 is going to back up against the octagon. He'll throw one fake strike and try to pull guard and try to pull Dawkins down into his guard. That's pretty much his only chance of winning. And if he catches Dawkins there, he could sub him. But I'm going to take Kyle here. I feel like he has a lot to prove. He's already had, I think, he's had a quick turnaround. He had a comeback fight in the UFC after he got cut and looked good just a few weeks ago, I think. And this is his second fight back. Now, Wellmaker's had two different change of opponents. He was supposed to fight, his first opponent pulled out, then Cody Haddon from Australia stepped in on a week notice. Haddon breaks his foot, I think, fight week, and then in steps Ethan Ewing. I just watched Ethan Ewing on Uriah Faber's fight promotion. Guys, just because I don't talk about it, for how much boxing I watch, I always tell you guys, I equally watch as much MMA. Like, I watch regional MMA. I watch, CFFC. I watch the, Uriah Faber's stuff, all the stuff they have on UFC Fight Pass. I'll watch. So I'm actually not going to take that fight. It's for me. I just want to avoid that fight. I don't know why. Michael Morales is the dog. I'm taking Morales over Brady. Look, I know Brady's in the best form he's been in. Michael Morales, this is going to be a tough fight. We'll see if I have a couple dogs here, okay? And then it's really tough for me to bet against Valentina Shevchenko, but we've seen this fight before. Weili Zhang, you give me Weili Zhang at plus money, I'm sorry, I have to take it. There's no way I can't take her as a dog. She's absolutely insanely athletic, a dog. We know how good Valentina is. Valentina might be near, I mean, what is she? She's approaching 40. Weili, I feel, still in her prime. I mean, even just a shade or a degree of degradation at that level, it'll be noticeable. And I'm just leaning on the fact that Shevchenko is probably degraded slightly. And then the last one, to answer your question, Hank, I'm going with Jack, baby. JDM. I got to stick with my boxing roots. I can't be picking a Dagestani grappling wrestler. And so there we go. Okay, so it's 30. The odds must just show 100 on this. 3,028. That DGen. So that's my UFC parlay. Dude, are we going to get our money back? They going to give us our money back? Parker? What do we do, dude? I don't even want to talk about it. Joseph Parker, man, what are you doing, dude? Like, for all the compliments that we were giving him, everybody was like, he's so admirable. Joseph Parker is such a well-respected athlete, and you're doing blow. And this is full transparency. I used to sell blow back in the day. So I was 21 years old playing summer league baseball in South Carolina, and I wasn't doing it, but I got an offer I couldn't refuse. I only did it for like 3 months when I was living in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I was only making a couple, $100 to play baseball. And one of my dudes, shout out to Polo Kid. I'll just leave it at that. My boy Noah. I haven't talked to Noah in 2 decades. Hopefully he's still alive. But Noah was from the Kakalaki, and he was like looked like a young Brian McKnight. Was always dressed well. The ladies loved him, and I met him at a bar once. He's like, "Yo, man, I see you here all the time." He was like, I want to run a deal by you. He was like, we can make a lot of money. And so anyway, that drug is the worst drug. I've seen that drug destroy people's like lives, right? It's a horrible drug. People call it a recreational drug or a party drug. Cocaine, man, it changes people. It makes you yuck. It's such a nasty drug. And I'm speaking from like 20 years ago, by the way. Um, to think a pro fighter and how could you judge him? I'm judging Joseph Parker, man. You're a fight of your life, an opportunity. And here's my point was this: it's in and out of your bloodstream, and I think 36 hours, maybe 72 hours. I think it might be 3 days. So for the fact that he pissed hot for coke, that means that he was doing cocaine fight week, which is absolutely insane when you think about what cocaine does to our central nervous system. Any stimulant, whether it's excessive amounts of nicotine, whether it's excessive amounts of pre-workouts, whether it's excessive amounts of caffeine, excessive amounts of cocaine, they're all stimulants. What stimulant, if you know your science, stimulants will increase the heart rate, and then especially your neurochemistry, it just makes things crash. Your decision making, your cognition, it delays things. It makes you higher alert, but then it affects your conditioning. Like to think he was doing something like cocaine during fight week. I don't care if you're on, you're partying with the boys. You guys go to the DR. You leave. It's a boys trip, and the boys are getting a little bit crazy. Get yourself a bag. Get on the little blow low. Rush to the yayo. But it's fight week, mate. What are we doing? Can I get my money back? Can I get the only fight that busted on the parlay was Joe Parker? Rush to the yeah, my boy. I was living in South Kakalaki, North Kakalaki. I was down in South Kakalaki, boy. I was down in that Myrtle Beach, Carolina girl, finest in the world. Henry Williams, Joe Parker Blues career, no pun intended. Andy Lee's whole camp, a major question. No wonder Andy didn't protest the stoppage. I wish I would have known Joe wasn't right. I mean, we need to get better insider info, boys. You know what I'm saying? How did we all the boys that we know in our Discord? We got fighters in our Discord from the UK. We got pro fighters in our Discord from the UK. We got high level coaches, in the States. We got everything from pro bettors to degenerates to normal people. Our Discord. How did we not have a connect? We got Aussies, we got Kiwis. How did we not have a connect to somebody at least say, hey man, Parker, this dude's not as disciplined as people are making him out to be? Because up until this, man, he was kind of like a media darling. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't really see. Maybe it's because I'm down here in Sydney. You didn't really see or hear a lot of people writing bad press about him. Say it ain't so, Joe. Say it ain't so. Yeah, it's so, man. And he likes that blow. He likes that low, that white girl. Tell your white girl about my white girl. I'm part of the reason it's a white world. It's a dirty, dirty drug, boys. Yuck. Soulless. And look what just popped up. I didn't plan this. Look what just popped up. Rush to the yayo. Killer. Bus, give me yayo. It's insane, man. It's like comical. It's sad. I mean, are we that shocked? You know what I'm saying? Are we that shocked? I'm actually shocked. I gotta be honest with you. Hearing that Joe Parker busted for blow, like initially I laughed, but then I was kind of like disappointed because we have expectations. Hearing Parker busted for blow would be akin to who's another fighter that you'd be shocked to hear that, like for real. I'd be shocked if I found out like Bud Crawford tested for blow. I'd be like, what, dude? That's freaking insane. Or Virgil Ortiz. Imagine if you found out someone like Virgil busted for blow. You'd be like, what the hell, dude? That's how I kind of felt about Parker. I wasn't expecting it. Yeah, but hey, mate, he's not using it to cut weight. That. Nobody ever used cocaine to cut weight, by the way. There's a lot of other procedures to cut weight. And he came in, unless I think you're kidding then, JP. Because he came in, didn't he come in heavier than he did in the first fight? He didn't cut weight, he put weight on. He was riding that trizzle. Keys in the house. He could have got contempt. Yeah. He could have got contempt just by being near fear. Bro, he ain't lying. No, the largest organ What's our largest organ? It's our most malleable organ too. Skin. I mean, there's a reason why there's medications. There's literally, that you rub on your body because it goes straight into the bloodline. I mean, could you imagine he's going like hard rounds with Fury, and Fury's out on the bags and on the piss with the strippers. He's whoring. The Fury gets it in. I mean, I don't even know what to think anymore, boys. Like, part of me wants to laugh at that, and the other part of me like, hey, man, that the Keys might be onto something. He could have been using it to cut weight. He put on weight, big fella. He put on weight. Henry Williams in the house. Guys, wherever you're tapping in, let's like the video. Hit subscribe. I want, like, we all have our goals. I don't really talk about my goals with the analytics of my channel. I never really talk about subscriber count. I'm focused solely on growing our Discord. I want to grow our Johnny Says Boxing VIP memberships. It's only a couple bucks a month, guys. We do have 3 levels of membership, but the cheapest one will get you in the door. You know what I'm saying? So click the link. It's a couple bucks. Join our Discord. I want to get it to 300 by the new year. That gives us 2 weeks left in November. That gives us about 6 weeks, and we only need 30. We're already about 270. So we only need 30 new JSB insiders to hit 300. That was my goal. That I gotta be honest with you, I'm lying. My goal was 250. So when I started it in August, the goal was 250 by New Year's Eve. So now we're already at 270, but then goals change. So I want 300. We're gonna take a stroll through the world of Instagram real quick. This was a Robio. Robio got the stoppage. This was the Jets multi D-gen play. Oh yeah, I did 12 3 minutes. I did 12 3-minute rounds yesterday. 12 3-minute rounds. So this was the 2-legger. This was a Robio. I mean, it's always good in hindsight. We're like, yeah, we saw this coming, but we picked this all week. Butler was a bit stressful. Robio did what we thought he was going to do. And Butler, we knew if we're betting on Butler, you better be aware that he might get knocked out too. So it was very slippery. There were some moments of slippery slopes with Butler. And then moving forward, there's our guy. Can I get my money back out here? Only the true R&B heads will know this one. Only the true R&B heads will remember this song. Blackberry molasses, summer thing that never change. You gotta keep pushing on. The sun don't rain all the time. You know I love 90s R&B. All right, weigh-in time. Let's get back to business. Rafa versus Arnold Gakai. Gakai 5'5", Rafa 6'1". I'll do a little bit of a pause real quick. So on this fight, we're gonna do a little bit of rapid fire. You know what? You guys know I got Rafa. I like him by stoppage. Gakai's never been stopped. He has 2 losses, but he's never fought a guy. Anytime you fight Rafa Espinoza, it's gonna be the first time you've ever fought a guy like that. 6'1", punches down, is a really fun and exciting fighter. He really put his name on the map with the first fight against Robesi, and then obviously winning the belt and then defending it and stopping Robesi. And I'm pretty sure Robesi retired after that. Maybe I'd have to check. And then we're just watching him come off another electrical performance against Edward Vasquez. I think that this guy is a nightmare. I do think his style does have holes in it. I do. Just in terms of just that natural height and length and sometimes some of his punches. But he's one of my favorite current champions. And I don't think Kagai is the guy that's gonna sort of make Espo pay for some of his defensive sort of tactics. I love an offensive fighter. All right, so Eubank. This is something interesting, boys. So during the first fight, Conor Benn weighed in, I think, at 156.8. We know both fights are 160. Where there's a rehydration clause. Conor Benn here weighs in more than Chris Eubank, only by a couple grams, but he's going to be, we'll see how much Eubank fills out. I have Connor here. I do. I think that the youth, the ability to recover from the first fight. I feel the motivations are kind of shifted slightly. I like Connor Benn here. He's a dog. He's my underdog of the week. Let's see if we can make it 4 weeks in a row of the dogs barking. Okay. Now this is a fight that we were speculating for weeks. I'm really happy about this fight, guys. I can't wait to break this down. Um, they just released. I'll go through all the fights, bro. The fight schedule in January is freaking insane. So this is January. Mortaya versus Andy Cruz. Kelly versus Murtazalov. That's in Newcastle. So Murtazalev's coming to the UK to put his belt on the line. January. That's the last day in January. Lee Wood. This is a domestic dust up. This is the rematch. Warrington and Lee Wood. If you know your UK boxing, this will be a fun firefight while it lasts. Dude, the boys in the UK, man, these cats just go out. Look, Lee Wood looks like he was out like a big night out with the boys. He ain't sleep. He got a bag on him still. Dude, one of the scariest moments of my whole life. One of the scariest moments of my whole life, mate. I think I was 27 and I was flying. I was still living in Long Beach, but I'd go to Vegas all the time. And if you know that, it's usually just a 5 hour drive or like a 45-minute flight. And you go to Vegas and it was like a complete bender. One of my buddies was getting married. I didn't even bring luggage. I just brought the clothes I was going to the nightclub out that night, jumped on a plane, went there, and I was so oblivious to reality when you go straight from like partying straight back to the airport because I didn't stay. I think I'd work, so I was just in and out. And I'm in the airport. I check in. I get seated. I'm in the airplane. We're about to take off. And I check my jeans pocket. And in my little pocket, I had a little bag of blow. And they didn't find it. And I remember doing it in the bathroom on the plane. And I remember thinking to myself, you are a freaking scumbag. You dirtball. I was like, you just smuggled drugs onto this plane. You could be in prison. What was your parents think of you? And it was not my brightest moment. But that was a young boy. I was a young boy. I wasn't that young. 27 is kind of an old man. But Lee Wood looks like he's had one of those nights I had. But that'll be a fun fight. Charlie Suarez. Charlie! Where you at, Charlie? Poor Charlie Suarez. Poor Charlie Suarez, mate. We can't get they were like, hey Charlie, we good. You are not still good, Charlie. And they just moved on. So now we got Vaquero versus Sugar Azucar. We got Azucar versus Vaquero. I love this fight. And you guys know how high I am on Sugar Nunez, but on some real levels, this one I gotta wait to see these odds. Cause I mean, it's always a roller coaster betting a Navarrete fight. You're going to get headbutts. You're going to get knockdowns. You're going to get clashes. Somebody might light a cigarette in between rounds. It's going to be full on chaos. So I'm interested when these odds open. Kyle, ain't that the truth? Fucking, this is so crazy. They were like, hey, Charlie, we cool. We are good, big dog, Charlie. We good. And those are some exciting fights coming up. Still good. I love how the long parlay. You got any questions on that? Keep them coming. This is a two-legger. That's a little money line action, but I also have it's two-leg money line action here. It's just based on my Stats Don't Lie video. Guys, for all you content creators out there, Nick, if you're watching Breaking Bad Boxing, Gary from 3D. I know some of you other boys have channels too. If you guys want me to, shout your channels out or share you some love, let me know what they are and I will. But if you're a content creator, a great way to make your content work for you, sort of like recycle your hard work if you're doing original content, not just the live streams. You know, like that is if you're doing multiple fights on the same fight card and you're releasing your breakdowns throughout the week, as you get closer to fight night, put them together on one video. So this is what that is. If you guys missed either one of these individual videos, my stats on live videos, this is both of those fights on the card in the UK tomorrow. Guys, I am an affiliate now with a Australian betting app called Dabble. If you're on Dabble, if you've heard of Dabble, that's my code. Johnny Says Boxing. Follow me and copy. Now, they don't pay me. I want to clarify this. I get paid by Dabble by people copying my bets and by people sharing my bets. So it's not because somebody, I got a couple private messages on Instagram when they heard about this. They're like, bro, are you just gonna be giving fake bets now? I go, what are you talking about, dude? I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I was like, that's not how I'm getting paid. I'm only getting paid percentages of people who share my content on that app, and then people who follow me. So if you're on Dabble, you want to support your boy in Australia, if you got it, Johnny Says Boxing. The coolest thing about this app, as you can tell, is it gives you, I don't know if anyone could do it. I don't know if you have to be an affiliate. I think anyone could do it, but when you share your picks, you could write a descript in it. And so I like that because I'm a nerd. I like being able to like reason with my picks if I have to. So it kind of lets people know I'm not just picking stuff and trying to have stuff stick to the wall. Members only content, we're out. These things have been cooking. Also, content creators. If you're a content creator out there, the way the YouTube algorithm works, YouTube wants to promote your members only content. This is what I was telling Gary. Gary, if you're listening, I've told you this before, mate. Create members only content to where only the people who are, your VIPs get to see. YouTube will then suggest this content to people who don't follow you. So essentially, they want more people on your page. Take advantage of this feature, man. Take advantage. This is us right now. We live, baby boy. And on the sadder, more somber note, this bummed me out, man. I started interviewing Rumble Johnson in 2015 with my first podcast, and then I became friends with Rumble even up until his last few fights in the UFC. Then when he retired, and then he came back, and this is one of his coaches, and I'm good friends with down at South Florida. So when this happened, so this was on the end. This is a 3-year anniversary of Rumble passing. It hurt. Yeah, I still get emotional. He was just a sweet guy. Every time I think about Rumble passing away, man, it really bums me out. So, dude, he didn't. It's awful. To this day, it still sucks, man. So I used to do this content I did was 3 years ago. So I used to do some of my first content on YouTube. I would put on Instagram first, and if you guys didn't know, I write and I like poetry. I do. So this is a poem. What I was doing, some of my original content, I would take some of my favorite poems, and then I would put poet. My goal was to combine poetry and boxing. So I had a playlist, poetry and boxing. So this is me narrating The Man in the Arena, and this is right before Connor tested. I think this is right after the Algeria knockout when I made that. And then this was a documentary I did on Pavlik, my boy. So some of you boys were asking, I had to restart my channel. I had to restart my channel because up until 2023, the copyright rules were different. So what I was doing was like doing these boxing documentaries like this one on Kelly. I was doing boxing documentaries on everyone from like Jake LaMotta to Sugar Ray Robinson to Edwin Valero to Carlos Monzon to Booba Mancini. And at the time in 2022 and 2023, the copyright rules were a little bit different. I was able to take different content, piece them together, tell the story of a boxer's career, and I would narrate over it. And then I remember I woke up one day, it was October, I think it was October of 2023, and my channel was down. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? What do you... I hope if you... it might not sound a lot, but dude, it was a horrible feeling. No warnings, no copyright strikes. That joint just got girded. Did you guys ever use that word growing up, girded? Man, this cat just girded me. That might be some Northeast Ohio slang, street slang. Somebody stole your basketball, man. That dude right there, girdle your ball. Ohio, appreciate the DGen. Jake Bellinger, my guy, your man's hand. Yes, man, he showed up and he had a good game the game before too, and he's kind of Ramondre Stevenson, the number one, got hurt. And you just always kind of like seeing young guys step up and get their opportunity and actually show up and show out. Because if you're unfamiliar with Travion was known for his breakaway speed, but we knew in Columbus, Ohio, man, the dude he was a little truck too. He would take you head. Not many backs, man. Not many backs at that level could outrun you and take you on heads up, especially in this modern era of the NFL. I mean, I'm not going to. One of my favorite backs of all time was Walter Payton, and Payton was known for that. His nickname was Sweetness. Sweetness was known for never running out of bounds. He could outrun you, but he would also find joy in running you over. And there's a little bit of that to my boy Travion. So we hit good. And I'm going to ride that Travion Henderson train until he doesn't hit. So that's the way I do with the NFL. That's 2 weeks in a row. I mean, that's, I think, his third week in a row scoring, 2 weeks in a row of multiple scoring touchdowns. So the only bad thing is we're going to start seeing those prop numbers go down because I think the bookies are going to catch on to us. Only GK, early knockout. I can see it. I'm not going to trash any of your picks, guys. We're here to debate. I could see it, man. I could see an early knockout. I mean, he's a good counter boxer. His timing's on point. I think Jack Catterall's a level above Echo Esimon, but I said the same thing about Josh Taylor. And Echo, tap that ass, Echo Esimon. I don't think he's going to do that to Jack, though. I think Jack's a different beast. I think Jack switched on. I think people, people, there's certain fighters where people like talking shit for some reason. I like how Catterall operates. Gary has been doing a lot of shorts with different clips. Did I miss something? Johnny, Rebet lets you do that too. I tell people. Oh, nice. Is Rebet Australian? I tell people not to tell. Nice. Sup, Johnny? Thoughts on Eubank coming in nearly a pound underweight? Looks healthier than last. No, he looks good. I mean, it's two sides to that. Eubank is smaller than Benn right now. Benn came in first fight 156.7, I think. And yes, today he weighed in what 159.8, 159.7, something along those lines. We'll see if he's sturdy. We'll see if he holds up. I'm late, but I made it. Randall Light, it's good. I'm glad you're here, stepping in the building. Guys, could you like the video? What are we doing? We're liking, we're subbing, we're joining the Discord. You're letting me know where the money's at. It's good to see Stephon Diggs. It's good to see Stephon Diggs. You know what? I think it was the second last play of the first half. So I had Stephon part of my prop bet, and I just needed 25 yards of total receiving. He ended up balling out. But the second to last play of the first half, before they missed that field goal, he runs like a crossing route. And it was a dangerous ball. It was one of those crossing routes where as a receiver, you're really vulnerable. You know, you're cutting from left to right. And Drake May throws a decent ball, dangerous ball. But it was at the time, if he, I think I needed 6 more yards. And he drops the pass and he got hurt. It looks like he was hurt. I was like, oh shit. How many times has that happened to us on our props? Travion already scored the touchdown. I already had everything else hit except I needed Stephon to get 25 yards. And then sure enough, he gets hurt, but then he came back and then we got it. But yeah, he played well. What do you have? 7, 8 catches for like 70, 75. I like that how they're using him in New England. They're almost using him as almost like a flanker. We used to call that like a flanker position, like a slot, to where he's not quite a number one, but he still gets, so he's not getting double teamed. Not really the biggest dude, but he runs a good route. He's, great underneath receiver. He got speed, usually, hands, true veteran. I mean, he just had his 10th kid too? I'm trying to put his shit on blast, but my boy out there procreating, what? Stephon Diggs out there procreating. He the procreator. Any Cavs bets? Jay Voorhees, man. I'm not betting on Cleveland yet. I'm not gonna bet on basketball till after the All-Star break. That's just how I roll. I got my own, you know what I'm saying? If I do like a prop bet, it'll be because somebody in the Discord asked me to put something on, and then I'll do it, and then I'll throw probably like $25 on it. But I'm not really paying attention until after the All-Star break. Did you catch the fights at Santana with the Robert Ruin? Guys, I couldn't watch these fights anywhere. It's crazy. We don't get all little VPNs and LNBs and CDNs and all that. I don't do all that. I don't know how VPNs work. I couldn't watch those fights. We can't even watch this top ranked card in Mexico and Australia. You guys have Tubi and Ruddle and Huddle and all that. We don't have any of that. So I don't know how I'm going to watch this either. Can one of you guys in the Discord play these fights for us, please? Not the pay-per-view ones, but like stream. I think Mayweather in our Discord, he did it for one of the fights like early days, 2 months ago, but I haven't seen him in there lately. Why you put Ben on that long ass parlay? It's a 50-50 fight, PJ. Cause I put that parlay together earlier. And it juices the odds up, PJ. Do you think the under 1.5 prop bet? I mean, you guys know I'm not the most confident knockdown prop guy. Where's Carlos at? Carlos will try to sell you on those knockdown joints. Did you see Ben winning by knockout? Do I see Ben win? I just want, dude, we already got, the way I work, PJ, you should know this by now. Because he's already a dog, I got him at plus money. I don't want to get too sexy. Let's say I pick him to win by knockout and he gets a decision. I might sprinkle on the draw. Let's see what the draw is paying real quick. And I'm usually not a draw guy, but you're thinking about it, right? It's fun to think about. Why not? And for me, it's more or less me being a coward. Never betting on the draw. But just like the brave lion in Wizard of Oz, I will overcome my cowardice and I will learn to be a man. And one day, put forth and take a draw. So 15-1, 14-1, 100 on that. I mean, what you think, boys? Excuse me, I have to get a sip of my water off screen. One of my pet peeves is when people are talking to me and they're eating and drinking. Drives me insane. So I have a glass here off screen to drink. High interest, my guy. What's up? Checking in. I got Catterall. Let's see what King is doing. The King. Catterall money line under 1.5. Yo, I like it. Under 1.5. Dude, they're both durable and tough. Connor, Chris, Espinoza. What's that paying? Rando, you and Gary should let each other in y'all Discord. Fights are always on there. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. You know what? That's a great idea. I'm gonna give Gary the link. I didn't even think about that. I'm gonna do that, Rando. Good looking out. Yo, Johnny, how you feel about Jack Della? High interest. Once I upload this, go to I think minute number 7. I gave you guys my UFC parlay, and I have Jack winning. Yeah, Santana fought. He fought yesterday. He won a close decision. What's good, Johnny? Murtazayev posted the post. Yeah, it's legit. They announced it. It's announced. It's all over social media, Sal. So I can't wait to break the fight down. I think stylistically it's a good matchup. I think Kelly's athleticism. I haven't seen odds. I know that I'm gonna get roasted for this, and I've been saying it for weeks. I'm not gonna flip flop now. When I get odds on that, I'm taking Josh Kelly to beat him. I'm not sold on Murtazaev. I've never been sold on Murtazaev. I told you guys for weeks I was waiting for this fight to go official. I think Kelly beats him. I think his athleticism right here. The odds are up. Hell yeah. Shit. Shit. Y'all crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, come to the ring. The WWF Tag Team Champion of the World, the Road Dogg Jesse James. 420. The badass Billy Gunn. What were they? The New Age Outlaws. Treat yourself to reverse. Yeah, you know, I have a water filter, but it's not one of those nice ones. My water filter is probably doing more harm than good at this stage of the game. But I feel you. I like plus 40. That little three-legger is nice, King. The under knockdown, Rafa, and Jack Moneyline. Let's go. Put that up in the Discord, big dog. Hey, King, go to the Discord. Did you see we have a new feature in the Discord, boys. So check this out. Community picks. So guys, it's not just me now. You could put your picks in here. So how about King? You try this out and see if it's live. I'm not sure. Usually Gil will send me a message, our moderator. And if you're in the Discord, give some love to Gil, man. This dude he's adding, you know, the Discord is coming along nicely. So it's not just Johnny's picks anymore. The community is picking. I really like that idea. So King, you know what this will allow us to do, guys? This is great content here. So King, what the community picks section is going to allow us to do is when you guys post your picks, if you want to come on the live stream with me, you could then go talk about them. You know what I'm saying? And it can make for good conversation. And then, you know, who knows? I'm all about community. I know a lot of you guys make money on your picks. You know, maybe it could help you guys growing your own brand as well. Because I know a lot of you guys who message me on Insta who are in the Discord have your Instagram similar. You know, you want to grow your brand around what we're doing. I'll help you out. You could jump on the screen, jump on the live, talk about your picks. You know, you could cut up the content. I wouldn't say, you know, obviously I'm not going to say anything. If you want to share it on your channels as your own, just something to think about it. Yeah, so I talked about this. You know, this is Willmaker's third different opponent in 2 weeks. I just saw Etienne fight. He fought last week on Uriah Faber's card. He looked good. I'm staying away from it. Malcolm Willmaker obviously is a fun guy, exciting prospect. I'm just staying away. It's one of those fights for me. Superstition has stepped into the chat for me, and so I'm just avoiding it. Kelly plus 300. I like it, guys. I'm gonna leave it on. I'm gonna leave the stream for a little bit longer. Who are you guys torn on tomorrow? What are our biggest sort of like? Obviously, my biggest stressful fight is Conor Benn. You guys know I picked Conor, but you've never. It's not like you've heard all week me saying he's gonna. I'm confident in it. So that for me, that's my most stressful pick. I'm very confident in Lindolfo Delgado stopping Goiás. I'm confident in Rafa stopping Gakai. I'm confident in Jack Catterall beating Echo Esimon. The fight for me, obviously, is my dog of the week, and it's always going to be that. And that's why it's fun picking dogs. It's going to be Conor. I'm leaning on the fact that we're going to see youth, we're going to see athleticism, we're going to see adjustments made by Conor. And I think, though, a fight that with so much damage and so much output in their first matchup, with how old Chris is, I'm leaning on the fact that he's not going to be the same guy. So we'll see. Sometimes you get old overnight in boxing. We'll see. Ben, Jack, Rafa. Let's go. The Bears. God did. I like it. I like that name. God did. Yo, what's good? What's up? Hopefully you're having a good day wherever you are. However you can support the channel like God did. He's one of our VIPs. I appreciate your support any way you can, whether it's joining our Discord or liking this video. I appreciate everybody here. You know, we got a good thing going. We got a good chat going. We got an educated group going. And more importantly, when you look at the statistics, we're winning. You know, one of the boys in the chat came up with a stat page. We're winning, man. You know, stats don't lie. We got receipts. Nobody wins 100% of the time. First and foremost, we want to learn. We want to educate. And we want, you know, positivity is a big thing as well. And then we want to spread the wealth. We want the whole chat to grow in terms of like, if I'm eating, I want you to eat. And if you're eating, I want to eat, sort of thing. Massachusetts, nice. Massa. What a great dude, Massachusetts. When you really see that spelled out, Boston, Beantown. Appreciate you here. What are your picks tomorrow, God? Yo, God. What are your picks tomorrow, God? Do you guys remember in the 90s? In the 90s, that was how we would. That's how you would salute one of your mates, one of your boys. What's up, God? Everybody was listening to Nas and Wu Tang. One of my favorite subdivisions of Wu Tang Clan. Do you guys remember the Killer Army? Killer Army was a rap group subset of Wu Tang Clan out of, I think they're out of Columbus, Ohio. At least they rep Columbus, Ohio. It's Killer Army. We the last Armageddon. Prepare yourself now for the 6-man wetting in the streets. Yo, God. Yo, God. I'm while you were sleeping on your... Yo, I'm while you were sleeping on your Discord. Ben just isn't skilled to me. Yeah. No. I feel you. Okay, so we got... So this is going to be... So King just posted it. See? We got them receipts. King, man. This dude's on a streak, too. All right, so this is what King just went over with us. So he go... Look at my man. Receipts. King always stands on business. I think we have somebody in the chat. Their name is Stand on Business. This is standing on business. So Catterall, the under in the knockdowns. So Catterall money line, the under in Eubank, and Benn under 1.5 knockdowns, and then Rafa. Is that Rafa on the money line? I like that. I mean, you're getting plus money on that, boys. Ooh, that under 1.5. Let's go, King. I like it. 23, the Bears, Benn, Jack, Rafa, Mason. I already like the Bears' style, what he's doing here. See, he got patience. This is where I need to learn. I was talking to my boy Tommy, and Tommy was going over like one of his picks, and it was like on one of his, like, he has like 30 parlays working, right? On like 2 of his parlays, he has like Shakur Stevenson on him. And like, when did Shakur fight Zepeda? It seems like he fought Zepeda like a year. I know it was only a few months ago, but my point is, I don't have the patience yet, man. I can't pull the trigger because I'm so impulsive. It's hard for me. I want to, guys. I'm trying really hard, boys. I'm trying to be the shepherd, but it's hard. So maybe I am the weak man and you are the tyranny of evil men. What movie? What movie? But the Bears, I'm trying, Ringo. I'm trying. Ben, Jack, Rafa, Mason, Bam. I love it. Iffy, Norman, Haney. Okay, see. The one, that's JDM too, boy. I love how we're just more confident in JDM at like 345 than we are at Connor, and Connor's like, if even money. PJ, I didn't throw up a Hail Mary, man. Watch my videos. I break it. PJ, a Hail Mary would be me not ever knowing who Connor Benn is. A Hail Mary would be me never watching boxing and just picking Ben on odds. I gave you guys a path to victory with Connor. I gave you guys my reason. My stats don't lie. Might got to steal that parlay. Well, King of Fitness gave it to you. King of Fitness is like, yo, that's free game. And we're going to go. I'm just going to check the odds one more time, guys, before I get out of here. I want to see if we got, because some of the boys are saying there's another. Did you guys see another fight added? We don't have any fights today. I am not touching Mike Talon versus Fizan Shahid. This is the fight you guys were asking me about. I Jasmine Zepotkintsina versus Justine Lelamond. Who's winning that fight, guys? I know we got some savages in here, so I know one of you boys is gonna know everything about these fighters. Somebody's gonna be like, Johnny, Jasmina Zabatkina, she is from blah blah blah. 2 fights ago when she fought in Uruguay, she led with the jab and she was countering nicely with her right hand. She's going in as the favorite because in Justine's last fight, when she fought in Liechtenstein, Justine fought a lady who missed weight and fought really well. Used her jab to negate her power and won on points. So I see this as a 50-50. The draw is in play, but Jasmine should win. This is what someone is gonna say about. I don't know that fight. Yeah, the scene in the diner with Samuel L. Jackson. Grab my wallet. Which one's your wallet? The one that says "bad motherfucker." Reactpo nice. Reactpo aight. Reactpo. Richard Reactpo. It's a fun name. He aight. He should win. If he loses to Tommy Welch, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not loading up on that. He should win. Richard Reactpo should win. There we go. There we go. Jasmine by decision. Let's see it. I might say, are you for real? For real? Okay, we're not getting the options to play it. I was gonna just do it with you. I was like, all right, I'll take Jasmine by decision. God did I have Rafa on 2 parlays, God. I got Rafa on a long parlay money line. I also have Rafa on I did a 4-leg method of victory. So go to the Discord, God, and you'll find one of the VIP parlays I did has Rafa on it by knockout. So to answer your question, I do have him on the money line on one of my parlays. See, I told you, boys. You guys are savages. Julio, I believe you. Yes, he is the dude that dates Madonna. He's on the wrong timeline though. The timeline to be dating Madonna is not right now. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I've got to say about that. Hold up. Is Gary taking Gilly? Are we doing this again? All right, I feel like this is a great way to end the show. King of Fitness. Is Gary really taking Gilly? My only question on Sam Gilly is this. Here's my only question. Well, I got a couple questions. A, you can't be taking Paulie Malignaggi's nickname. So Sam is 18-1. We went over this earlier in the week. Look who Sam fought last. If Gary is taking Sam, did he talk about who Sam's last opponent? That's all I want to ask. Sam's last opponent in which he drew. Da, 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 da. Hell. Hell to the nah. Look, man, no shade on Gideon, but here we go again. And I think King of Fitness set me up on this one. But this is who Gilly fought. This is his boxing photo. This is his boxing photo, man. I don't know about that, boy. You know you crazy when you got a lion in your boxing photo. This is who Gilly drew with. This was his draw, the last fight. Gideon. Hell to the nah. If Ishmael Davis can't be Sam Gilly, I mean, it's time to just hang him up, boy. It is time to hang him up. If he can't be, this is who Sam just fought to a draw. A dude who's not even a boxer. A dude that was like, hey, we need. He's a boxer. You know, I'm just clowning. We like to clown here. But you have to watch his last fight. You can't just say Sam Gilly's 18. I don't know what Gary said. I'm just finding this out kind of. I would not be taking. He might be right. He might be right. But shit. Juice. You got the juice now. Echo is a solid. Oh yeah, he is. Of course. He's definitely so. He's good. I like Echo Esimon. He might do what he did to Taylor. He might. Echo saw. I like Echo. I was torn. But it really for me it really came down to class, style. I like Jack's style. It also came down to Esimon, his style, his approach, his offense, his output. They call me engine for a reason. His gears, Jack's gonna make an adjustment or two. Jack's gonna slow that offense down too. It's a fun fight. It's a fun fight. He's definitely a solid dog for sure. I feel you on that, and trust me, I feel you. It's take it plus 600. Take it then. You better give Gideon some love too. If Gilly wins, you better hit your boy Gideon up and be like, Gideon Jonas, give him some money. Gary saying on Davis is I don't know what the take is. I'm sure it could have been that bad. Gary's takes are pretty good. I didn't hear it though. I'll watch it. It's on his channel. I'll watch it and then I'll let you guys know. Wait a minute, I went back to sell. Bro, dude, I was crazy. Dude, I'm just being real with you guys. I was dude, I was figuring just like all of us. We're just figuring life out on our own. I didn't have any mentors or older brothers. I was out here living like a crazy person for my whole life. I'm very blessed to even be alive. I got stories. You guys, we all have stories, guys. We all have stories, right? Some of my stories are freaking insane. My girlfriend gets a kick out of them. She doesn't even swear. She doesn't drink. She's so I freaking love her to death. And I'll look at her sometimes and be like, I can't believe you like me. Like, we're too opposite. It's crazy. Opposites do attract. Steve Jones, Youngstown, Ohio, right here. What in the welcome to America is that? That, my friend Steve, is Gideon Jones, Sam Gilly's last opponent. And Sam Gilly is a +3. He's not quite a 3-to-1 dog. Not quite a 3-to-1. He could win. I ain't betting on that. Crazy. Gary said he's not. Yeah, guys, I got to wrap up. It's my eighth year anniversary with the love of